Hi everyone, so welcome back to another video. So in the last video, we were able to set up Nginx as well, and also for the continuous deployment, we used PM2 as well. Okay, so you can see our server is still running, our EC2 instance is still running, and our application is still available, even though we are not in our server, not in our terminal. Okay, so what's the next problem we discussed? And one more thing here, the port number is also not showing over here. Okay, that's all done. So what's the next thing? Next we need to set up Nginx. You can see I have opened a document for that here. I will I will provide the link in in the description as well. Okay, so let me quickly connect with my terminal. So the connection was made. You can see our project is inside our main folder. Okay. So what are the thing we need to do? Basically, you can see you can use this document as well. There are some prerequisites things are mentioning here over here. Okay, it's already set up for us. So we need to move from here only. I think, yeah, download and install Jenkins. Okay, so you can copy the first command. Uh, it's just sudo yum update. It's fine. Just paste it over here. Yeah, it is already updated. So you can copy the next command. Let me paste this one. Okay, the repository is also added over here. So we need to enable package. So what's the usage of Jenkins? Basically, using Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, we can continuous integration and continuous deployment. That's mean by CI/CD pipeline. Okay, using that we can automate our building process. Okay, once you push your code into GitHub, it will automatically fetched using Jenkins and it will push it into your application. So the application get updated automatically. So one by one, you need to do the command here. So you need to install Java as well. So let me do that as well. In order to install and run Jenkins, you need Java as well. So I'm installing Java as well right now. It will take few seconds. Once it finish, we can install Jenkins as well. Yeah, it's finished. So let me install Jenkins first. Okay. Yeah, it is also get installed. After that, you can enable Jenkins. While you reboot, you need to restart the Jenkins. That's why we are enabling. We enable Jenkins. After that, you can start Jenkins. Okay. Jenkins started. You can check the status of Jenkins as well. Yes. Let me, sorry, it started. Right now it's just started. So let me copy that status command. Okay. Paste it over here. You can see it is started. Okay, it is enabled over here. And there is a one more thing. While you're checking status, you can see password over here. Okay, this is our password. Otherwise, if you are not able to see here, there is another command over here you can see. Anyway, I got that password here. This is our Jenkins password. Okay, for the installation, and there is a UI for Jenkins. We can use that UI. Okay, in the port number 8080. Okay, so you can copy and keep it somewhere safely, that password. Let me do that. Okay, I saved that in my file. Okay, if you are not able to see that, Then what you can do, you can use that another command. Just scroll a little bit, you can see in this file it will be available. Okay, in the var lib Jenkins secrets initial admin password. Over there you can see the password. If you paste this, you will get the same password over here. Can you see this 40d2fd? This is our password for accessing Jenkins. Okay, so there's one more thing. We will run Jenkins in the port number 8080. So what we need to do, we need to enable that port as well. So let me go to my security group. Let me edit my outbound rule. Which port? 8080. Okay, so I am enabling for everything, every IP address. So let me save that rule. After that, what you can do, right now you know this is our IP address. So let me open that port 8080. You can see once your Jenkins start running properly, you are able to open this login page. So you can paste your password over here. So it will get redirect. So you can click on install suggested plugins. There are few plugins you need to download. You can do. Just click on that. It will automatically get downloaded. It will take some time. Let's wait for that. So let's think about if we don't have Jenkins, what are the things we need to do? If you changed something, some UI difference or some new features you were added, at that time, what you need to, what are the steps you need to, even this is a simple project, what are the things you need to do? Initially, you need to push to GitHub, right? And after that, you need to you need to open your terminal. And after that, you need to go inside that folder and pull that using git command. Okay. And after that, you need to close the uh, running program right now, and after that you need to restart that program. Okay, so these all things are you need to do for a single change, right? So what if you have a bigger project with you, you need to do, maybe you need to do multiple steps, right? So during that time, it is not a easy way to change, not an easy way to do the things. When you have every time you need to change something, you need to follow all these steps. So that's the importance of Jenkins over here. Okay, so you can, using Jenkins, you can periodically check whether any changes happen in the GitHub, or we are actually providing GitHub in order to run our project. Okay, in order to deploy our project. So if there is another method, you can use that as well. Okay, we can see a lot of options in Jenkins. Okay, in our project case, we can actually set periodically check what are the is there any change happen in our GitHub repository. If changes happen, it will automatically pull that from Git repository. Then what it will do, it will rerun that program. So instantly we can see that project is actually changed in our GitHub. Yeah, means in our website. Okay, so you can create a username and password over here if you want. So let me create one. Muful Rahman hai. You can set a password as well. Don't forget this one. If you don't want, you can skip that as well. You can just use admin account only. Okay, so this is my mail ID. Okay, the username should be, okay, so let me do, okay, fine, yeah. So everything is set. Okay, I logged in. Okay, so the first thing first. Okay, you need to provide your some credentials in order to use, if you want to get code from GitHub. So let me do that as well. You can actually set the credential inside that. For that, you can click on manage Jenkins, and after that you can go inside credentials. Okay, and you can click on system, and after that you can click global credential unrestricted. Okay, so adding some credential, I'm just giving username and password. Make it this global, because these are also security, for the security purpose, who can actually access that password and username. So my GitHub username, and also your password as well. You don't want to give an id, you don't want to give an id, it will automatically get fetched, and description is also not necessary, but you can just give mm, GitHub credential. Let me create that one. So it is get created. Okay, so it's get created. So what next? You can go back to your dashboard and you can click on new item. So we are actually building, so you can actually manage multiple project over here. So here I just create expense tracker, right? Expense tracker freestyle project. You can just give, there are multiple options, you can read in the documents and you can learn about more things. Okay, so let me quickly complete this so that you will get a basic idea about all these things. Okay, so just click OK. You can select first option freestyle. Okay, so once it's created, you need to configure all these things. Okay, if you want, you can give description, and it is a GitHub project, right? So you need to copy your uh, project URL over here. So let me go and quickly copy that project URL. So I have my project URL with me. Okay, expense tracker, and source code management is Git, and repository URL is over here. So once you globally given your credentials, you can use over here. So you can see my credentials are available over here. So I just used that one. Since mine is main branch, I'm not giving anything. Okay, otherwise if you have a particular branch, if you are uh, pushing your code in a particular branch, you can specify branch over here. I'm not doing that. And there are few steps. Policium is actually used for periodically checking whether any changes happen in our repository or not. Okay, we can set up that later, we will use that one. Okay, and also the build setup. Actually, if you add some build setup, what will happen once your code is restarting, it will run this code. You can see that it is actually just our terminal. You can actually execute shell is there. Okay, you can use that whichever you want, and you can type the command and it will run over there. We will come to that. Okay, so let me save that right now. Okay, so it is done. So just click on build now, we can see what will happen. You can see over here something is happening over here. Yeah, it is a tick mark is came. So let me click on that one. It is success. And once you click on that console output, you can see what are the things happen over here. Started by Mufil Rahman. Okay, running system, building workspace. Okay, it is actually creating a workspace for this. Okay, and yeah, from this repository, it is actually fetched our project and cloned our project. Okay, this is actually success, finished success. Okay, so what you can do, you can basically you can copy this workspace. Okay, this is the workspace created. Copy this workspace and came to your terminal. Let me clear this terminal in order to see properly. Okay, cleared. And then use cd and paste that path over here, so you can go inside that one. Okay, so right now I am inside that one, or otherwise you can go one by one. It is actually the root folder, not in the ec2 user. You need to go two step back, then you can go inside var lib jenkins workspace expense tracker. Okay, here you can see if I use command ls, you can see my entire project is came over here. Okay, so if you want, you can actually build your entire project from where is our. Okay, so let me go back to expense tracker. So here there is a configuration. Okay, so just like what are the thing we have done earlier time. Once we go pulled or using git pull, we actually pulled our source code over here. After that we set up our env, then we installed all the dependencies using npm install, right? And after that we run our project over here. After that we use the pm2 as well, right? So similar manner we can do here as well. Even if you want, we can actually do from here itself. You can give all the command in the build steps. Okay, if you click on over here, you can select execute shell. So you can type all the command whatever you want to run over here. Okay, but what I'm going to do in order to make sure that it is properly working, let me do that here manually. So once I am able to run this code over here, I can copy the same code and I can automate that processes. Okay, so the first thing first, I want to get my env file. So let me go back to the earlier um, folder so that I can copy the things that over in env file. So for that I can use cd and this command so that I came back to my EC2 user. Okay, so what's the command for that? CD and tilde. Okay, once you done that, you will come back to EC2 user. So if I type ls, you can see there is the project we run earlier time. Right now it is actually running. If you use that pm2 list. Okay, there are few commands related with the pm2. I forgot to tell you in the earlier session. um, what are the things in order to start? You can use pm2 start and whichever the name. Right now it is app.js. Okay, you can use app.js. And the next thing, pm2 list will be uh, provided. pm2 list will provide all the servers, all the ports they are currently using. Okay, so once you can see right now, it is this port is actually enabled, the 3000 port is actually enabled online. Okay, if you want to stop that, you can use pm2 delete all. Once you run this, you can see it is actually stopped. Okay, so these are the basic command related with the pm2. Okay, so I just want to go to that expense tracker folder. So cd expense tracker aws, right? So let me, I am right inside that folder. So you can see that okay, all the files are there. So I just want to go inside my .env file. You can use vim.env, and after that you can copy all the key you wanted. Let me do that as well. So I copied entire things from this env file. Copy. You can type escape quit qa. Okay, if you want to save that, it is wq, write and quit. Otherwise, if you just want to quit, because right now I didn't changed anything inside that file, so I just call it qa. Okay, so let me go back to the uh, earlier folder we were. It is if you use arrow key, you will be able to go back to your the earlier command. So I'm just using arrow key because I don't want to go there and copy these things. If you want, you can copy. So cd and all these files. So we are going inside var lib jenkins workspace expense tracker. So let me, I am inside that file. Okay, so I want to create a env file here. So you need to use a this, we don't have that access to create file over here. So you need to use sudo command here. Sudo vim dot env. Okay, so it will open a text editor. Just type I. So it is now ready to insert something. So let me paste my all things over here. Okay, just click escape key, colon. Here you need to use wq, otherwise it will not get saved. Wq, it is saved. So once you check ls-a, you can see our env file is also created. What else we need to do? We need to install all the modules, all the dependencies, right? But you can see there is a problem. While when I type npm install, it might not get work. Let me check. Yeah, it will show error because npm super user, even if you use the sudo command as well, it will not work here because you don't have that access. The permission is denied over here. So initially what you can do, you can install the npm over here. So for that you can do sudo yum install npm first. Okay, so it will, yeah, let me give yes, it will install npm over here. So you can see this is entirely different file. Okay, earlier time it is inside the ec2 user, but right now we are coming from the root user. Okay, so it is entirely different. So that's why earlier time we didn't installed our npm as a globally. That's why this problem came. Okay, otherwise you can install, if you have installed your node and npm globally, then your npm install command will work. If you are not, if it is not working, you just need to reinstall using sudo yum install npm, and after that you can use sudo npm install. Once you use, it will work. Right now you can see, yeah, it is working. It will take few minutes or few seconds in order to complete the installation. It will create a node modules files inside our folder. We already gone through all those things, right? So if you want to update this one, you can use this command as well. Npm is also get updated. It is not necessary. If you want, you can do. So fine. So I hope, let me type ls. Yeah, node module is also created. So let me try to run that one. Node app.js, right? Yeah, it is actually started in our 3000 port. Okay. So everything is actually working right now. So we can close that one, and you can use PM2 as well. So let me try to do that as well. I think we might need to download PM2 as well. Let me check is PM2 is working. Sudo PM2 start app.js. Yeah, PM2 command is not available. Okay, so what we can do, we can install PM2. Npm install. Let me make it globally PM2. Yeah, so I install PM2 as well. So let me run that command. Sudo PM2 start app.js, right? uh, okay, it is still okay. Let me do, since we have downloaded PM2, let me do as a PM2 command. PM2 start app.js. Yeah, it is worked. You don't want to use sudo command. Okay, you can just simply type PM2 start app.js. So it is also started. So let me close, means stop this. So you can use PM2 delete all. Okay, so it is also stopped. So what you can do, you can go back to your Jenkins and you can start that. You can automate basically before building project using Jenkins. Okay, if we want to use that sudo command as well, what we can do, we can install our PM2 in globally. So what we can use the command sudo npm install globally PM2, right? So once it's get downloaded, we can use that sudo command as well. So let's download this one. Okay, it's downloaded. So which command I can use? Sudo PM2 start app.js, right? It is already launched some. Let me check. PM2 sudo PM2 list. Sudo PM2 list. Okay, since somehow it is running. Okay, let me delete that. Right now you can see the sudo command is actually working. Sudo PM2 delete all. Yeah, it is got deleted, and you can use the sudo command for the starting as well. Sudo um, PM2 start app.js. Okay, so there are few things we need to set up as well. Okay, what's next? Because whenever you go back to your Jenkins, okay, so in Jenkins actually what you can do, go to your expense tracker and configuration. You can basically add, yeah, you can just basically add command over here. Okay, whatever the thing. So basically sudo PM2 start app.js, whatever the command we have run on the terminal, we can give that command over here. So once you start building process, it will automatically get executed. We don't want to get into the terminal. Okay, it will be done from here. But there is a one issue. Since here you can see in terminal we have a some authentication, right? Right now we are um, directly opening our terminal from AWS itself. So in Jenkins, don't know actually, it doesn't have that authentication. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to disable the authentication from here, so that you have some command. The earlier time I was shared a file with you. I will attach the link in this video as well. So you can use this command sudo vsudo. Okay, copy this command and paste it over. So it will open a file. Okay, so here all the, you can see, don't change anything because it is actually controlling every authentication, all those things. Okay, root user have what are the thing, all these things. Okay, everything is set up over here. So just add extra line, Jenkins all no password all, means it is just saying for Jenkins there is no password required in order to run any sudo command. Okay, so then you can type control X. It will ask whether you want to save or not, then type yes, then enter. Okay, control X. y then enter. Okay, it will get saved. Okay, so after that you can go back to your Jenkins and you can use that. So in order to check whether it is working or not, what I am going to do, I am just going to type sudo pm2 start app.js, then I will save, then I directly go and click on the build now. Okay, so it is showing some error. Okay, what's error? Okay, script is already launched. Okay, force. Okay, this is actually earlier time we were faced this problem. Okay, it is basically, you know that it is actually running. Okay, so that's the issue. So let me stop this from here. pm2 sudo pm2 delete all. Okay, it is actually get deleted. Let me come back and let me build again. Okay, yeah, you can see we are actually not used a terminal, but it is got launched. So once you came back and let me check sudo pm2 list. Okay, you can see it is came online. Okay, so that's so we can so if I want to do some more things, okay, let me do that as well. So let me go back to Jenkins and configuration, and here, so what I want to do is okay, npm install. Okay, so let me try from here first. Let me try npm install whether it is working or not. I think we need to use sudo command, right? Sudo npm install. Yeah, we need to use sudo command. Okay, so for that, so okay, so what we can do, we can use sudo npm install. So what it will do basically, whenever any other dependencies include, it will initially install that one, then it will start that thing. Okay, so these are the things we can do. Okay, and one more thing, basically, what if it is actually started, right? So when we again try to start, what will happen? It will throw error. Okay, so we want to check, we initially what we want to do, we want to sudo pm2 stop or delete all, sudo pm2 delete all, then we need to start, right? So right now it is actually running. Let me check whether it is running or not. Sudo pm2 list, yeah, it is actually running. So let me, I think I have saved, so let me build again. Yeah, it is also successful. So you can see when you go to console, yeah, these are the things. Sudo pm2 delete all will delete all the port that running right now, and it will restart this program again. Okay, so what's next? Because since we run our project using Jenkins as well, even though we every time we need to click on this build button, right? So how can we automate this? For that we can actually use cron job. So let's get into that. So let's come back to our Jenkins. Okay, here in the configuration, you can see there are some build triggers. Okay, so when you want to trigger that build, okay, there are multiple options. So everything, there are multiple options over there. Okay, so what I can tick, it is Paul SEM. Okay, source code manager. If there is any change in your source code is happening, it will be a trigger. It will check every time whether any changes happen or not in a certain period of time, in a certain schedule. Okay, for that we can set up a cron job. Okay, what it will do, you can simply google cron guru. Yeah, this is cron tab guru. So there are, so what it means, it is actually for at 4 o'clock and 5 minutes pass. Okay, so 5 minutes, for 5 minutes past to 4 o'clock. At that time, what it will do, it will check if you if you copy this. Okay, if you copy this and if you paste it over here, what it will do, you can see. Yeah, it is actually showing that it's not the right way, because if you want, you can change like it. It is the best way. Okay, H4, it will give a proper idea about that. What it will do,
it will check on the number 26 4732 a.m. What it will check, whether any change happen in our source code or not. If the source code is happened, then this build, all the command will executed and it will restart our program. Okay, that's how we automate our entire building process. Okay, so basically right now, in order to for just for checking what is the command for the, you can take example from here, click on the example, it will every 1 minute, so you can basically copy this. Okay, this is not ideal case, because if you try to check every 1 second, it will increase the load on your, you can see. So it is a warning sign. Aim, do you really mean every minutes when you say this? Perhaps you meant full once per hour. Okay, it is suggesting that it's better to keep for at least for 1 hour. Okay, so for learning purpose, I am just keeping for 1 second. So it is over here. Okay, so let me do one thing. So here is my code. So let me change something in app.js. Let me add some command, just like starting. I just added a simple command, and I am going to push that into my GitHub. Okay, so let me push that. Okay, I just need to add some commit. Jenkins checking. Let me commit that one. Okay, it is got pushed. Okay, so let me go back to my Jenkins. So here, is that good? Okay, we can actually check. Yeah, you can see that it is get activated. Okay, so right now it is get automatically activated. So it is checking every 1 minute whether any changes happen on the source code or not. Okay, so since it is happened, it will automatically, I have done anything. Okay, so it will get automatically rebuild that project. So that's how it completely become automatic. So normally, what's the normal timing? You can just give that Polasium for a 1 day or two. So how can we make 1 day? So you can go to cron guru. Okay, cron tab guru. So here you can see it is basically 00 star star star. Okay, so you can take here every day. Yeah, you can see it is 00. Normally we can give h0 h space 0 star star star. That's a normal way of representing this. Okay, if you represent this, yeah, it is suggesting you to make this h. Okay, so if I make h, okay, it will actually make is once in a day. Okay, this is a normal thing. Okay, you don't want to make it every second or something. Okay, if you save, and also one more thing, right now you saw a problem. What's the problem? What it will do, it will install, do all the npm install, then it will delete all. Okay, if I manually go over here, okay, let me show you something. So let me save this first. Okay, so if I came here and I manually pm2 sudo pm2, if I manually deleted this, uh, what will happen? Right now, if I try to build, what will happen? It will try to delete all things, but there is nothing to delete there. So it will throw error. Let me show you that thing. It's actually running. You can see there is error came. So when I go to console, you can see that no process found here. Sudo pm2 delete all executed. There is no process found, so that's throwing error. So what we can do in order to solve that, basically you can check whether anything is running at that moment or not. If it is running, then only we can configure that, otherwise we don't want to uh, delete anything. So how can you make that? So I am just attaching that code as well. Okay, so basically just a problem solving. Okay, so the command, if you add this thing, okay, this basically what it is doing, it is checking pm2 status using this. Okay, then if it is 0, then if it is not 0, what it is running something, so we need to delete. If it is not if it is equal to 0, we just want to make it npm install. So let me copy this code and let me paste it over here. Let me do that. Okay, so expense tracker configuration, and instead of this command, let me paste that command. So yeah, here you can see it is checking status. If it is not equal to 0, then something is running, so it will delete. Otherwise, what it will do, it will start basically. Okay, so it will work in both cases. Okay, so you can make like that as well. If you have something else, you can do that as well. If you want to set some environment variable, you can do, you can go through it. There are multiple options are there. So I updated, so let me build right now. Let me see what will happen. Yeah, it is actually running fine. So let me do one thing. So let me check whether our project is running or not. So this is our public ID, right? So let me go over there, paste it over here. So it is actually running on, we actually implemented Nginx, so I can simply check home, right? Yeah, it is actually running right now. If I change something as well, so okay, right now we have actually set up to once in a day. Okay, so it will, when whatever the change I have made in this day, it will check on the after 24 hours. If you want a specific time, you can set that as well. Okay, so that's all about Jenkins as well. So our code is actually running perfectly fine in our server. It is already automated, the building process entirely automated using Jenkins. Okay, so in the next video, what we will do, right now we are actually calling in, you can see it is not secured, it is showing not secured. We want to make it secured connection. Basically we want to make into HTTPS request, and also we want to run our project in our domain. Okay, so we will go for a purchasing in the GoDaddy. Okay, we will not purchase exactly, I already have a domain. Okay, so I will show you how to purchase and how to set up that domain and how to run your entire project inside in your domain. Okay, so once you like that, so just like when you call Amazon, okay, instead of IP address you can get into Amazon website. So similar manner, if you have a plan to buy any domain, you can buy that, and also you can make this secure. You can see it is secured connection. Okay, so we will do that in the next video. So see you then.